Hello. Hello. It is Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. It's Mario Party Day. I don't know what else there is to say aside from going and getting started. Let's go. Yeah, I didn't stream yesterday because of a couple things. One, the main part was we're gonna be Luigi today, and we need a Yoshi, we need a Mario, and a Wario. All on hard, and we're gonna go. Let's. I don't have to go in order. Let's go. Oh, I do have to go in order. I titled the stream "The Cake's a Lie." Talked about cakes. Let's go cake. Even though Peach is not here, but it's fine. It's fine. Who says we have to have the birthday girl? I don't know. But yeah, my in-laws had invited us up for Labor Day for a cookout. And we're like, yeah, that sounds cool. So we went up there and we spent time with them. And I finally got my fucking s'mores. I finally got my s'mores that I've been craving all summer long for. I finally got them. I couldn't be any happier. So, Sunday evening, I want to say, Sunday afternoon evening, my husband's mom had called him and said, hey, we're gonna do a cookout for tomorrow on Labor Day. It's like, can you guys, come up for it? And, my husband's like, yeah, and he specifically said, yeah, and get stuff for s'mores. Tessa has been wanting it all summer. So, yeah. All summer long, I've been wanting s'mores, and I finally got them yesterday. I'm so happy. That happened yesterday, so, and I was like, you know what, I could just call off stream so that way I don't have to, like, stream and then, like, quickly put stuff away and get up there and do the cookout and then come back and then have to scramble to put kids to bed and all that. So, cool. So, because, even though it is Labor Day, it's a holiday, it is still a school night because there is school today. So, yeah. So it was just a lot of things happening. So I was like, yeah, let's just not stream. So that's why. Yay. Let's see, what do we do this weekend? I did grocery shopping on Saturday. Yeah. I did grocery shopping on Saturday. There was wrestling Sunday. There was Clash in Paris on Sunday. And honestly, I haven't really been very hyped for wrestling, in a while. Like, there's stuff I am interested in, and I will, I'll pay attention to that. But, like, here lately, I just haven't really been interested. Like, okay, yesterday, like I mentioned, like, I didn't stream yesterday, and we went up kind of later in the afternoon, and went up to my husband's family for, their cookout, and they're still over in Europe. They're still over, in Paris. So it's like, oh yeah, Raw is on Netflix. It'll air, at like 1 p.m., noon, earlier in the day. And we totally forgot about it. And it didn't really hurt us that bad because we're both kind of at the point where we just don't really care anymore. Like, my husband's out and about a lot, and he doesn't, like, tune in that often. And it's like, I have it on the TV in the evenings, but like sometimes I like half pay attention to it anyway. So, but like I'll pay attention to the stuff that I care about, and that's pretty much it. Which is not a whole lot if I'm being real. So yeah, like, and the next, I ranted about like the ticket prices and stuff for WrestlePalooza in a few weeks on the 20th. Like, ticket prices are still literally insane. The cheapest, right now, out of the tickets available, the cheapest ticket is $180 for nosebleeds. And that is the cheapest ticket price, which is literally insane. Oh, I can't pause during this. I need to do the message beat and save. I need to do that. I don't know why those settings never save, but they learned to save them in Mario Party 3 onward. Alright. Save settings, every turn, message setting, fast. There we go. There we go. So, yeah, like, we were, like, watching compilation videos of, like, really, like, acts of kindness, you know, like those, like, feel-good videos, like, soldiers coming home, you know, like, telling, you know, your parents, oh, you're gonna be grandparents, like, stuff like that, pregnancy announcements. We were watching, like, feel-good stuff, like, all day long yesterday. And we were just so caught up in that, we didn't even think about Raw yesterday at all, so we didn't even watch it. And it always sucks for me, because it's like, oh, Raw is during my normal stream time, so I'm always, or like, Raw, when it's overseas, it's, you know, during normal stream time. And like, at least on Fridays, if it is overseas, like, it'll just re-air in the evening on USA Network. But even then, it's like, we don't really care. Because, like, SmackDown's been relatively boring lately. Raw's kind of getting there. And it's just a real big pain in the butt. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hello? Why are you dropping me all of a sudden? Are you not dropping me all of a sudden? That's just rude. So, yeah. Yeah, and it's like, I want to keep up with wrestling. I want to so bad, but there's just a lot of things that just leave a sour taste in my mouth. You know, it's just doesn't feel quite right. And I've talked about this endlessly. There's like a lot of things that just kind of rub me the wrong way as like a consumer of the product. Because for one, pushing up the ESPN thing was really dumb and stupid. When when us as the audience, the consumer of the product, we were told that, oh hey, it'll be next year, 2026. It's like, that's what we were expecting, so it gave people time, but now they just pulled the rug out from under us. It's like, oh, never mind, it's actually WrestlePalooza on September 20th this year, and it's like, what the heck? What do you mean you're making everyone scramble to have access to ESPN to watch this? And it's being hyped up as like almost a WrestleMania caliber event. I mean, so far, the only match confirmed for it is Io and Stephanie. And like, that's a match that I want to see. That's a match that everyone wants to see. And I understand that it is a pivot from, you know, Naomi's pregnancy and her having to relinquish the title, and we were supposed to get Naomi and Stephanie at Clash in Paris, so Stephanie kind of got robbed of that, but at least she'll be featured on a pretty big, at least what's shaping up to be a big PLE in the next few weeks, so I'm happy for Stephanie. Although, again, I don't know why Creative is just so allergic to featuring these high caliber talents. I don't understand that. So, like, the only, like, mid-carder right now worth a damn is Becky, but that's because she's a big name and probably has a lot of pull backstage to where she can, you know, get the TV time, the screen time, and she's using that power to try and get eyes on this mid-card title, which is the whole fucking point. They've been introduced and, you know, trying to get eyes on it. And, like, with the US title, Chelsea Green winning it, perfect choice. And I loved the gimmick that went along with it. Loved it. But then, oh, that's too early. Crap. There are a lot of treasure chests in front. Yay. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, Chelsea Green winning it, perfect choice. But then, Zelina wanted off of her, which, I like Zelina. I like Zelina Vega. The problem is, they changed her theme to something extremely... Oh, I let go too late. Or too soon. They changed her theme to something extremely generic. So no one even knows what her theme is, because it sounds like the SmackDown main theme. Oh, too early. Crap. It's fine. I got 20 coins out of this. It's fine. Yeah, they changed her theme to something extremely generic sounding. And then they call up Julia, which I love Julia. Part of me, I think it's I think my thing with Julia, I've seen clips of her matches in Japan, and she is a beast. I think the thing is the transition from the Japanese style to more WWE style is hard for her, maybe, because it seems like she has to hold back a lot. And it's like, get her with the right opponent and she can let loose. I think that's her main problem, and I don't want to say it's not a bad problem to have, where you have to hold back, but it is still a problem, where, like, oh, you have to pull your punches, but, like, they signed her for a reason. But also, pairing up Kiana James with Julia, perfect. I did like Kiana James. I liked her in NXT. I loved the story that she had with Fallon Henley, like, a couple years ago. That was a really good story. But yeah, having Kiana James as Julia's mouthpiece, perfect, beautiful. But then I didn't watch this, but I'd seen clips of, excuse me, I had seen clips of Michin and Kiana having a match. It was like a match that was over extremely quickly. It was a match that was over extremely quickly, and of course I shouldn't have just mashed. I wanted to go with green, but my muscles, man, my muscles! I didn't want to do that too quickly. Oh well, it's fine. But then, like, you know, Julia attacked Michin and Kiana ganged up on her. It's like, what's the whole point of doing that if she's just gonna get ganged up on? Like, why? Because sometimes, like, a couple years ago, or even, like, last year... Oh, fuck! I was looking at Yoshi. I defaulted to Yoshi. Oh my god. Oh, my brain is just not cooperating with me today. It's just not. I'm destined to do terrible because I decided to be Luigi. We all decided to be brainless. Careless, shoot anonymous. Heartless, mindless, no one care about me. Ah, pain in the butt. Anyway, yeah, like last year to 2 years ago, or like right when, you know, Triple H took over as head of creative, women's wrestling was really freaking cool. Women's wrestling was really freaking cool and really exciting. Women main evented a fair bit, but now it's like the women became an afterthought again. And I absolutely hate that. Yeah, the women became an afterthought. And it sucks because ask anybody who has watched all WWE PLEs this year so far, I bet you 90% of them will tell you the best PLE this year was Evolution, and it's not even close. The only thing that could even compare is day 1 and 2 of WrestleMania, sans the main event of night 2. This is what I wanted. Yeah, the Cody John main event from Mania wasn't... It was okay. It definitely did not feel main event caliber, especially for WrestleMania. So... yeah, like, take that away, then WrestleMania is probably the best, you know, show of the year. But, like, overall, I honestly think Evolution's one of the best ones, and it ain't even close. It ain't even close. So, and yes, don't get me wrong, I am a woman, because of, yes, I am, and I like women's wrestling. Because, you know, I like seeing cool, badass women be cool and badass as like a, hey, they can be cool and badass, I can be cool and badass. Oh, get him, get him, get him, get him! Oh, come on. Oh, why are we bad? Anyway, so it's one of those, like, you have the representation, and I know, like, yes, I'm a woman, but I'm not like, oh, all the women are so cool. But no, I have my favorites. I have my favorites and who I like. I also have, you know, male wrestlers who, you know, I have favorites and who I like to watch, you know. But like, honestly, I feel like the women have been killing it for like the last year and a half. And this year, it's been kind of garbage. It's been garbage. And also, WrestleMania, we've had this problem before with WrestleMania with the mid-card titles. WrestleMania, I believe 38. Was it 38? 37 was 21. 38 was Stupendous, was Cody Rhodes. Okay, yeah, 38. I believe the men's mid-card titles did not get defended at Mania that year. If I hadn't have picked Bowser, I would have gotten a star. Because of course. So, yeah, so they've had problems with booking, but you'd think with WrestleMania, your biggest show of the year, you'd feel like, and also with 2 nights, I feel like it's inexcusable to not feature all of your titles in a show, right? Like, the women's mid-card matches did not even get their own separate matches. Yeah, Lyra was women's IC champion at the time at Mania, but she was in a tag match for the tag titles. Like, what? Hello? Again, we have plenty of women, but it just drives me insane how the booking has been for, like, on all counts. It has been literally insane. Hello, Johnny. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Glad to see you. I bought food and I was eating alone. Please keep talking about wrestling. I got you. Don't worry. But yeah, it's like... And it's one of those, like, I can be critical and also like something. Nothing is mutually... None of that's mutually exclusive. But yeah, it's like, we've had... Somehow, right now, WWE Creative is, like, super allergic to booking women correctly. And I hate it. Oh, Mario's got that one. So, It just, again, it just drives me insane. Like, you think, again, WrestleMania, your biggest show of the year, you would think they would be able to book all titles. All of them. Like, all of them. Again, like, we've had this problem before with the men's mid-card titles. With WrestleMania 38, mid-card titles were nowhere to be seen on the card. IC and United States. And again, two-night, with a two-night Mania format, I feel like there's no excuse to not feature any of your championship belts, main roster. So, that's just me though. Because like, again, we have Julia, United States Champion. She's been delegated to backstage. Even like recently, all the champions are not out there being champions and showing people why they're champions. They're delegated to backstage. They can't even get out in the ring for a promo. Like, it's ridiculous. And it's like, part of me somewhat understands a fear of injury, getting your talent injured, but also, like, they're champions. They're your faces of the product. Why aren't you featuring them more? It's just getting so ridiculous in a way. And it's like, part of me, again, like, I'll tune it on. Like, the best overall show is NXT right now, and it ain't even close. So I highly recommend watching NXT for sure on Tuesday nights on the CW. But also, I like watching NXT and I want to see these talents do well on the main roster, but part of me is so terrified of what's gonna happen, because out of the most recent call-ups, only like 1 or 2 of them are actually excelling, and it's to no, and the others that are just kind of floundering around, it's to no fault of their own. They're not at fault for terrible booking. And honestly, out of, let's say, the recent call-ups in like the last couple years from NXT, Braun Breaker is doing amazing, Roxanne is doing amazing. Everyone knew those two would be, I think, you know, if they're put in a sink and swim, they swim with flying colors. They pass. Let's see, Lyra's been doing good. She is the inaugural Women's IC Championship. The feud with Becky really brought out the best in her, I think. Well, at first when Lyra went to NXT, I didn't understand her. But then, like, the more I see of her, she is a damn good wrestler. She's really good, especially on a technical level. And, like, when we get to see her personality, like, you know what? She's really dorky, but I love it because it's relatable, and you want that in a babyface. You want that relatability because babyfaces, you want to cheer for them. Some people are just extremely natural as babyfaces, and some are just more natural as heels. Ah, shoot. Finish. Yay. So Lyra is such a natural babyface, especially with her being, you know, a little bit dorky. I love it. I love her. Let's see, some of the other NXT call-ups. I'm even thinking like the draft last year. We had Blair Davenport who got drafted, who is now released. I know Alba and Isla had gotten called up together as NXT Women's Tag Champs. Isla Dawn has since been released, but Alba Fire, I think she's doing okay in the Secret Service. I want them utilized so much more, because Alba is really, really good, and she was like, as, you know, as Kaylee Ray, she was, you know, the longest reigning NXT UK Women's Champion. Like, 600-something day reign? Like, dude. Like, that is insane, and it's hardly ever recognized. And she is so good. And like, a lot of these people are really good, they just need to be given a chance, but they won't give them a chance. Like, Creative is like allergic to these talent. They are so allergic. And it drives me insane. Guys. Ooh, like a little drive-by. I'm trying to think. Carmelo Hayes. I think Carmelo now is getting some good spotlight on him. I think because there's been like a little bit of a social media movement. And he's getting good crowd reactions recently. And I love Melo. Melo don't miss. And I like the story with The Miz. And it's going to lead to, you know, Melo betraying The Miz probably. And it's going to be the best thing ever. And I hope they get that momentum for him and just catapult him. Bro is a star. Carmelo Hayes is a fucking star. Like, again, like, first round draft pick for SmackDown during the draft last year. And that was like a big deal when he first came in, and he was in, oh shit, oh it's fine. He was in high profile matches. He had a match with Cody Rhodes, you know, and he had matches with like, you know, real big players, AJ Styles. I know AJ got injured, but you know, he was having matches and he was being put with these like high profile guys. And for like the last several months, they just kind of had him on the back burner. Like, what are we doing with him? But now I think putting him with The Miz, you know, is kind of helping a little bit and kind of catapulting him. So I really hope they don't fumble Melo. I really hope so, because I love him. And then I'm kind of avoiding this one, but I've honestly said my piece so many times with the likes of this one. Tiffany Stratton. She wasn't called up in the draft. She was kind of called up. She's kind of called up as a, you know, after the Rumble last year. I honestly think they put the rocket on her too fast. Now, her getting called up, I don't think that was too fast. I do think they put the strap on her too fast. But also, I think that with her call-up, they had the utmost intention of putting the fucking rocket on her back as soon as she was called up to the main roster. And I think is not a good. For one, the last few months, I have forgotten she's even champion. Really, her only big highlight as champion has been her match with Charlotte at WrestleMania, and that's it. That's it. I did say, like, oh yeah, Evolution was like the best match, or the best PLE this year so far, which is true, but I think the weakest match of that card was her and Trish. Because I know Io and Rhea came out of nowhere, essentially, for that feud. But at least they had some kind of a backstory to build it off of. You know? Because, like, oh, Rhea had never beaten Io before. Those two have mad chemistry. They brought the fucking house down. And then the Naomi cash-in was just the cherry on top. But with, like, Tiffany and Trish, there was literally nothing. Because it was like, okay, we'll have a match, and that was it. And it was okay. Trish looked pretty good, but that was really it. But like Io and Rhea, mad respect. And like, yeah, it was kind of the same situation where Io, as the champion, picked her opponent. But again, logically speaking, kayfabe speaking, it made the most sense for Io to pick Rhea. Because again, Rhea has never beaten Io. Io has always defeated Rhea. Wouldn't you, as a champion, if you got to pick your opponent, wouldn't you want to pick someone you've always beaten, 100% guaranteed? I mean, wouldn't that would make the most sense? So, like, you know, logically speaking, that match made more sense than Tiffany and Trish did. I'm not necessarily a Tiffany hater, but what are they doing? What are they doing over on SmackDown? Like, they need a draft so bad. And part of me feels like Netflix is kind of hogging up all their stars. And what's SmackDown got? You know? And it's like, they're doing their best, but I feel like, you know, Netflix, the big one. Why are we going up with that? Why? This is bad. It's like, yeah, what are we doing over on SmackDown? It's like, yeah, Netflix, you want your bigger stars. Netflix is like, you know, the big thing. A lot of people have Netflix. Like, I feel like SmackDown star power kind of suffers, but like, they still got big stars. You know, they've got the Codester. John Cena shows up on SmackDown. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are technically SmackDown talent. Now they're tag champions, so they can float across both brands. But yeah, the SmackDown women's division, like, what are they doing? We have Tiffany and Nia had a thing, and I saw somewhere that apparently Jade's #1 contender now. I don't even... Okay, and again, I want to like Jade. I think she has it in terms of personality and presentation. She is built like a fucking star. She needs fluidity in the ring. She needs fluidity in the ring, and that can only happen with more experience. And only time will tell. And again, because she's a woman, people will be more nitpicky with her. Because of course, right? People are often more nitpicky with women in general. Just look at fucking Nikki Bella on the internet. Oh, one spot got botched. Oh, Nikki's so bad. It was Becky's fault. Like, I like Becky. I'm a fan of hers. I really like her. And I'll admit, yeah, that was Becky's fault. She wasn't in the right spot. So what? It happens. She wasn't sandbagging or anything. I think she was just selling a bit too much and just forgot to be in the right spot. That's what it looked like. Or, again, benefit of the doubt, let's say it was Nikki's fault. I think what was at fault is she just got on the ropes too fast. Because the whole thing looked all fluid, and from what I heard, that's how it's supposed to be, the little like, enziguri off the rope or whatever. Like, it looked fluid, and it looked fine. The pacing didn't look rushed at all. I think she may have just started the move too soon. Again, devil's advocate. If it was Nikki's fault, she probably just started the move too soon. If it's Becky's fault, she wasn't in the right spot at the right time. But, like, the internet is just reaming Nikki to shreds, and it's because she's a woman. And, like, I don't really have an opinion on Nikki Bella. I didn't watch wrestling during the Divas era, during her time. So, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So, it's just so incredibly unfair that women just get absolutely reamed over the simplest things. And if it was a man that did the same thing, no one would bat an eye. Like, oh, mistakes happen, it's fine. So, sometimes I find it hard to keep up with the amount of talent in the shows. Yeah, that's another thing. Sometimes it gets... That was my problem with AEW for the longest time. I feel like their rosters get very bloated. And I still have that problem with AEW. And I kind of feel that a little bit. That's why it's like, some talent should stick in NXT for a little bit. Cause like, I feel like Obafemi is so ready to get called up. I think a call up for Ethan Page is in the works cause his chemistry with, Chelsea Green is insane. It's so funny. Hello, DA. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. The only one battle royals look like you can't fit a needle in the ring. They do. It's so crazy. we go. So, yeah, there's like lots of NXT call-ups that definitely could happen. Jordan needs to get called up to SmackDown like yesterday. I think Jordan Grace would help out a lot with that women's division. But I kind of like this feud with Blake Monroe. So, I like Sol Ruka, I like Zarya, JC Jane, you know, Fallon Hill. There's a lot of women that I like in NXT. Some that I think are definitely ready, and some that are like, let's just let them cook a little longer in NXT. Even the men, I honestly, personally think that Javon Evans should be the one to dethrone Obafemi. I think that is the play. It's just pulling the trigger, the timing of it. I want to see, but I think the thing is, I want Obafemi to just have a extreme dominant reign as NXT champion. I think that's what they're going for. Which, like, with Obafemi, they need to present him like a fucking beast if they want to call him up. They have to present him just right. He is a fucking monster. Oh, damn. Doing great. I am also doing pretty good. My brain is just scrambled. Because I decided to be Luigi today, and that is messing up my brain. Ever so slightly. I grew up watching the Diva era. It was a weird time looking back as an adult. I'm sure it was. Because again, I had heard of wrestling. Of course. I had heard names here and there. I knew more of like the Attitude Era growing up because we had the WWF Warzone. We had that for the N64 growing up, and my older brother was a big fan of wrestling back in the day. And like I want to say in like 2012, there was a Raw in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I want to say that he went to in like 2012. So I think he kind of like halfway keeps up with it now, but he grew up watching it. He's an Attitude Era. I remember him liking it. I want to say his favorite from the Attitude Era was The Rock. I want to say. But growing up, or like, you know, as I grew up, just didn't really pay much attention to wrestling. I do remember watching TV at one point. It was USA Network. Law & Order SVU was on.
Ready, go.
And I was watching it. And the TV swapped to Raw because it was 7 p.m. So it was time for Monday Night Raw. And this was 2019. And I know this because I remember what was up. I remember. I didn't understand the context. My husband did. I think my husband kind of kept tabs on it before we both kind of just got into it together again. Well, again for him and more for me. Because it was 2019. It was like February. It was post Royal Rumble. And here's how I know this. Ronda Rousey was champion. And Becky Lynch had come out to cut a promo, and she had an injured leg. I specifically remember that. We didn't watch any of it, but it was just like the beginning before we, you know, watched our thing. So that's just what I remember being on the TV. And there was stuff being said about Becky's injury, quote-unquote injury, kayfabe injury. So that's what I remember on TV, because I knew who Ronda Rousey was, because she's a household name. But like I didn't know Becky Lynch. So that was the first time seeing her, and I thought, honestly, the first time I saw her, I thought she looked pretty cool, because like that orange hair, you know? I dug it, you know? No, why aren't I getting money? I'm not flying in the right spots, and that was a very strange hitbox. So yeah, and looking back and like watching back matches and PLEs from like years ago, kind of made these memories make sense and what I saw on TV that night. Because 2019, we watched that Rumble, and because Becky had a match earlier that show, and Lana came in at 20 something, 27, 28, I don't remember. And she was like injured because she was like attacked or something, and Becky came in and is like, I'll replace her, I'll go in for her, and I'm like, all right, you go. And Becky ended up winning, and but during it she had like hurt her leg. She was selling the knee, so I think they sold that for a while, because I remember her saying something about, or she was like in a knee brace or crutches or something during that promo she cut, the little bit that I saw. So killed the joke. Hello, coming in with the raid. Hello. Just talk about wrestling. Hello, let me get you. Shout out. Hello. Hello, what's up, fellow Mario Partier? Hello, hi, it is me. Hello. Speaking of wrestling, we have The Undertaker, the gong. I love it. And hello, Raiders. Welcome in. My name is Tessa Jane. I am a variety streamer, and today is Mario Party, because I've just been going through Mario Party 1, because I'm like, I haven't really sat down to play Mario Party 1 in a while, so we're on Peach's birthday cake. We're Luigi today. Which it throws me off a little bit, because Yoshi's usually, out of the core 6 here, we also have the green team here. Yoshi's usually my top go-to, and then Luigi's usually but like, we stand Luigi, we love Luigi. But yeah, I've been confused like at least twice so far. At least so far. Peaches is a chill time, good stuff, yeah. Peaches birthday cake, I like the board. When I was younger, I always had like this tradition for my birthday, I would always play on Peach's birthday cake. But we're just playing to play. Because my birthday was a couple months ago. Yes. But yes, hello. Luigi is a chill boy. Happy to see the green light, of course. Of course. And there's our question of the day. Perfect. What's your favorite cake? My favorite cake is a chocolate cake with strawberry frosting. Very specific, I know, but that is my favorite. It's been a favorite since I was a child, and that was the kinds of cupcakes I made for my birthday a couple months ago. And you know, I had chocolate cupcakes and I had the strawberry frosting, but instead, I have the key. But instead of having like the pink strawberry frosting, I got some food dye and worked my artistic magic, and I made the pink frosting purple, and purple is my favorite color.
And that's the bottom line.
Ah! Get up there. Thank you. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. And hello, TOTC Gaming. Hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Luigi is a bro. I agree. Gotta see some more Mario Party 1. Yeah. I know, I feel like a lot of people... Thank you for the follow. Thank you. I feel like Mario Party 1 gets glossed over sometimes because I think it's just, you know, people get into Mario Party at varying ages and time periods. And a lot of people like around my age who, you know, grew up on the N64 Mario Parties, I feel like you either had Mario Party 1 or Mario Party 2. It was never both, it was one or the other. So, and I grew up on Mario Party 1. It was the first video game I ever played. Where are we going? Not mad at it. But yeah, I grew up on Mario Party 1, first video game I ever played. We owned 1, and me and my sister rented 3 a whole bunch growing up. But we never had 2. We had friends that had 2, but we didn't own 2. Like, I didn't own Mario Party 2 until 2011. I was like, I was 16. Christmas of 2011 was when I got Mario Party 2. I was 16. So, which is pretty crazy. For sure found that matches my vibes game list the most. Nice, thank you. Thank you. And thank you guys for the follows. The wrestling references, yes, of course. I was talking about wrestling before the raid, so... Because, I mean, like, wrestling, like, WWE is, like, kind of relevant, I guess. And it's like, I've got problems, but also, like, there's things I like. I was one of the other people. I was also Mario Party 1. Yeah. Only got Mario Party 2 recently. Nice. Nice. But yeah, 3 is my favorite Mario Party. We Are Luigi. I need to remember We Are Luigi. Yeah, 3 is my favorite. 7 is my second favorite. I would put 1 up kind of high on the list, and I think a lot of it is like nostalgia. I will admit I have nostalgia goggles for I see it, for Mario Party 1. But like Mario Party was the first one. So, but like a lot of the core elements are still here in Mario Party, you know, from the first one. So, how's pasta? Pasta's good. Back only popped 1 time that time. That was after I stretched my back. Let's see. It's full of good takes, my god. It's good to hear. It's always surprising, like, in terms of, like, streaming, because I've met some, like, really awesome people through streaming that, like, share a lot of, like, interests and opinions that I do. Or just, like, similar, you know, similar vibes. Because, like, growing up, I grew up in a small town. And, small town, sometimes it's just not it for, like, the lonely little weird kid. I don't really think I was the weird kid. I was the shy kid. You know, I just kept to myself most of the time. So... But it's like, I'm sure if people from my high school, or like that at least like grew up with me, were to like watch my streams, they'd be like, who is this person? I've never heard her talk so much in my life. But yeah, it's crazy how many people are out there that like have similar vibes to you or like have the same opinions. It's crazy. Mario 2 is fairly lower for me. Mario 2 is good. I do love the costumes. Some of the boards are really good. But I do know this every time I ask Sasha Posse, actually I do check it. I really do, because I'm like, oh hey, I should probably stretch, because you ask how it is and sometimes I don't know off the bat. Small town Lily means Mario Party all day, but myself growing up as well. Yep, 100%. 100%. That was my life. I played a bunch of Mario Party growing up. Because, okay, we grew up with 1. Rented 3 a lot. And then I got my GameCube. Oh, it was too early. I got my GameCube in 2005 for Christmas, and it was bundled with Mario Party 7. There we go. And then, I think shortly after that, I got Mario Party 4. That might have been too late. Nope, got it. I got Mario Party 4, and then 6 at some point, and then 5. 5 was the last one I got for GameCube. Let me grab this. And then we got a Wii in... Oh, damn it. I did not get the time to get that at all. It's fine. Then we got a Wii in 2008 for Christmas. And then I know we got Mario Party 8 somewhere in that time. And I had played it before we owned it because my brother had a Wii. He got a Wii at launch. Because he had some connections. And he got a week close to launch, and he would bring it down for the holidays, and he had Mario Party 8. So that's how I'd played it before and had some experience with it. But, yeah. It's funny that Small Town Does People apparently makes us a good batch. Yeah, because, like, relatability. And, like, I wasn't a popular kid by any means, but people knew me. Like, okay, so I have 3 older siblings. One of them was definitely the most popular of the bunch. He was... Okay, just to explain the age gap between me and my siblings, my oldest brother was a senior in high school when I started kindergarten. And then my oldest brother was a senior. My other brother was in 8th grade, so just before high school. And then my sister was in 2nd grade when I was in kindergarten. So that kind of explains the age gap. 12, 9, and 3 years older than me are the age gaps with my siblings. So my older brother, the one who is 9 years older than me, I spent most of my childhood with him in high school. And he was like the star athlete. He was a good football player, good basketball player, and he was a stud in baseball, like so much so that he did get drafted by the Detroit Tigers. But it was at a weird time in his life, and he chose to continue college. And that kind of changed the trajectory. So I'm sure there's some alternate timeline where he actually took it and he'd be playing baseball today. With what team? I don't know. But he does have some friends who he played baseball with that are in the majors right now, or were in the majors. I know there was a pitcher that he had went to school with. I think he's had some injuries or something, but yeah, he was pitching for Tampa at one point a few years ago, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so it's like, oh, you're so-and-so's little sister. So it's like, and people knew him. So yeah, it's like I was known, but I wasn't like the popular kid. I guess you could say I became the popular kid, quote unquote, during the winter season, like basketball season, because I was on the dance team during basketball season, and I was like the best dancer on the team, and it was not even close with my high school team, and everyone always knew me as like, oh, the dancer, she's really good at dancing. And anytime my name was called in the introductions before the routine, you'd always hear the loudest cheers from me. So, yeah. 10 hours spent with my bros playing N64 because we lived in nowhere. Yeah, I played a lot with my sister growing up. Like N64, SNES, played a lot of Mario Party growing up, played Mario Party 3, rented it a lot. We rented some Mario sports games like tennis, golf. We had... Oh, I'm fucking Luigi! I'm not... You know, there's a clip. There is a clip. Dang it, all because I thought it was Yoshi. Ugh, I thought I was taking the ball down, but nope. This is why I don't play basketball. This is why I'm on the dance team instead. Oh, my mental games is not very great today. So yeah, SNES, played Donkey Kong Country 1 a lot growing up, and we played it a lot in one sitting because our cart wouldn't hold a save. So if we wanted to play and actually get really far into the game in Donkey Kong Country, we would have to do it in one sitting. I mean, I've beaten the game before. I have beaten the game before. Oh, and ads are going on right now. It's fine. But yeah, Donkey Kong Country was a was a trip. We only had the first one. We didn't have the other two for the SNES. And now my sister has the SNES and I have our childhood N64. You know, I'm not surprised at this chance time result. I am not surprised whatsoever because that's exactly what I expect. And with our childhood N64, it stopped working about this time last year. And I was really, really, really upset because I really wanted to play Diddy Kong Racing. And I was just really upset, and the N64 wouldn't turn on. I was really, really upset. So, my husband, being the awesome man that he is, for our anniversary back in May, he got me a new used N64. A working N64, if you will. So that I can play Diddy Kong Racing. And last game I played, I booted up Mickey Speedway USA. Cause that's one I played childhood too. We rented that one a lot. So I'm just giving away everything, aren't I? It's recently got Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Starcrossed World, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Nice! And Lost Soul Side from PS5 delivered. Nice! That's awesome. Hope you have a great time playing those games. I have seen bits and pieces of Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and I heard it's very good. I've seen bits and pieces. I kind of remember there is a boss that's like a little cat lady or something, like a cheetah or something. I don't remember, but like I remember watching streamers play it years ago. I don't remember much of it, but I've heard it is very good. A new used. I mean, what else do I call it? Lightly used? It's new to me because it's never been in my possession before. Oh, go away. I am not knocked over. Yeah, it's new to me. So it's a working N64 that I got for our 10-year anniversary because that's crazy that me and my husband have been married for 10 years. Also, by the way, I did get married young, so... yeah, I turned 30 a couple months ago, so there you go. There's a little Tessa Jane lore for you. I turned 30 a couple months ago. So, regular game, it's a blast. Finished up DLC yesterday, and it was just as fun a time. Love that. I know, it's on my list. It is on my list of games to play or games to pick up at some point. There's a lot of games on that list, because, there's lots of games that I want to play, and I just don't have acquired. I've been watching some of my favorite streamers play Mario Odyssey, and that looks like so much fun. If I had owned the game about this time last year, I would have streamed it last year, because about a year ago, I streamed Mario 64, because here's the thing, I did not grow up on Mario 64. That was like the one N64 game I did not, well, that's a lie. One of like the 3 N64 games I didn't play growing up. So I played Mario 64, like the whole thing. I'd watched it played several times, but I never like played it myself. But granted, the first experience I had with Mario 64, like in depth, was learning speedrun strats for a race I participated in. So that was fun. So I played Mario 64, I played Sunshine, I played Galaxy and Galaxy 2, but I don't own Odyssey. And if I had owned Odyssey, I would have played it right after Galaxy 2, and oh my god, Galaxy 2 broke me. Galaxy 2 broke my soul. It broke my non-existent ginger soul. Yoshi. This is my money. Because I've had a lot of issues with Galaxy 2, and like overall, Galaxy 2, you know, was pretty fun. I think Luigi just has a smaller hitbox. And I feel like I should be grabbing these. There we go. This is why I'm terrible at hitting them with the hammer. And this is how I get money. Yeah, the, Cosmic Clones, and there was, like, one other type of comet in Galaxy 2 that I just absolutely did not care for, and I had so much trouble with. And also, the perfect run, I would get so close. I would get so close. I haven't done it yet. Because I legit gave up on it. I legitimately gave up on it because I get so close and I just could not do it. And I would get so frustrated with it. So, fellow 30-year-old married for 10 years. Yo, what's up? What's good? I remember the new Nintendo 3D. I wanted to use one. Oh, 3DS. Yeah, the new Nintendo 3DS. It'd be a used new Nintendo 3DS. It's funny. Hope I get to join the club. I get to start that trip in March. Let's go! Let's go. Did it break you like Mario Party 5? No, here's the thing. I would be willing to go back to Mario Party 5 if paid the right price. Okay, so backstory. Mario Party 5 is cursed for me. It's been cursed for me since I was a child and I first acquired it from that GameStop I purchased it from all those years ago. For one, just the innate game I have problems with. But my particular disc is scratched and I have been met with several disc read errors and game crashes. There is like a clip, and I do have a YouTube channel with like all my VODs. Not all of them they're not current quite. I need to catch up on them, but all the stuff from like the Gauntlet run that I did last year, all that is up. And if you look through the playlist of Mario Party 5, only 2 boards did not have any disc read errors or game crashes out of the 7, because I didn't remember that there were 7 boards in Mario Party 5. Because I literally forgot one of them existed. Pirate Dream and Sweet Dream were the only 2 that did not have any kind of disc read error or game crash, because those 2 are the boards I can actually tolerate. The rest of them I just find boring. And it's really funny how blue and yellow are the last 2 left because they're Chargers colors and I'm a Chargers fan. Talking football now. I have a wide range of interests. Raid 2, love when that works out. Oh, absolutely! And thank you again for the raid. Gotta get Odyssey at some point. Still maybe favorite 3D Mario. It's a great speedrun game to run. I've heard that too. It's a fun game to speedrun. It's a fun game to play. And after watching some streamers like play it, I understand the sentiment that I heard that it is a bitch to 100%. Because I had heard that throughout the internet that Odyssey was a bitch to 100%, and I can understand that now. Because there's a lot to do. In Galaxy 2, we don't talk about Mario Galaxy 2. Nope, we don't. We don't talk about Mario Party 5 because it's cursed. Time for me to head out though. Gotta get some other stuff done. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Dang it. Went to my winter game store and saw Mario Party 5. I should have took a picture. Damn, Mario Party 5? Insane. I probably should look into replacing the disc that I have from Mario Party 5. Cost change. Bam! We got the pigtails now. We got the pigtails. Oh my god, I'm doomed. I'm not doomed. Definitely should. I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess in distress, but we're still the best. Dressed fearless, say yes. We don't dress to impress. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I do nice. Whoa! Whoa, nice. I do nice. But yeah, it's like I probably should replace my Mario Party 5 disc. It would be so funny though if I got it replaced, disc is in pristine condition, not a single scratch or mark on it, and I still get game crashes. That would be so funny. I do remember when I first streamed Pokemon XD, because we had found the game at a game store in Florida on our Florida road trip several years ago. We found Pokemon XD, and I wanted to play it on stream because I had played Colosseum. And I was like, alright, I think it's time for XD. So, I think my husband was home at the time, hadn't quite left for work yet, or was just home. I don't remember the context of it. But, I had everything hooked up. Everything was good to go. Thank you for the hydrate and the posture check. Yeah, thank you. Everything was good to go. And then I, started the game. I'm like, yeah! And then nothing. Nothing was working. So it's like, oh no. So, and the solution that we decided on, like, I was panicking because I'm like, oh god, nothing's working. But my husband, thank goodness, he's always calm in these situations. He had the idea to swap our Wiis because we have two of them. We have two Wiis. He has his Wii and my Wii that I grew up on. So, shit. It's fine. Everything's fine. My controller's on the floor, so if you can hear buzzing, that's what it is. Here's the hydrate. There's the posture check. Had a couple of cracks that time. Nothing too bad. Yeah, so he swapped our Wiis, and XD worked. So we're like, okay. So it was just a weird thing that happened. I do think it's really funny how I explain how we have two Wiis. Well, we have two GameCubes and two Wiis. I have my childhood GameCube, he has his childhood GameCube. I have my childhood Wii, and he has the Wii that he got from his ex-girlfriend. So he got the Wii in the custody battle, I guess. And his Wii is the one that is soft modded, so we can do real cool stuff on it. So if I ever wanted to go back to like Ocarina of Time randomizers, I totally can and not like break my laptop. Because I feel like if I were to, load up a randomizer Project 64 on my laptop, I feel like it wouldn't run as smooth. And like my laptop kind of struggled a little bit, but also I had such a minimal setup. I like such minimal layouts. All I had was a starting soon, the gameplay screen, and intermission and end screen. That's all I had, and that's really all I have now. But my layouts are they're a little bit more, not necessarily complex, but just a little more to them. I have my alerts now, which I had only had like, I don't really think I even had like alerts until I had like follow alerts, I think. But no real like subs or anything until I hit affiliate. So I had like the bare minimum set up when I did Ocarina of Time randomizers. Because I've been streaming for 3 years. Like the 3-year anniversary date was like August 29th, so it was very recent. I started with art streams. And then I did Ocarina of Time randomizers. I did a bunch of them until I got my capture card. And then when I got my capture card, I started playing like Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Mario's Superstar Baseball, and then when Mario Parties 1 and 2 hit for Switch Online, there you have it. That's kind of what I played for the most part. So, yeah. Loaded up, lol. I've really been thinking about it because there's a streamer friend of mine. His name is Master Max 165. He's really cool, real chill. He's been doing Ocarina of Time randomizers. I think he started Majora's Mask randomizers, but like seeing him do it, I'm like, yo, I kind of want to go back to an Ocarina randomizer. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens after the current game rotation. And hello. Call me Toxin. Hello. Call me Toxin. Oh my god. Hello. Call me Toxin Kayla. Hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. You broke your toe today. Oh no. Good vibes. Sending you all the good vibes. Lots of good vibes. Because, a broken toe sucks. I've never had a broken toe, but like with a broken toe, you can't really do much about it. I mean, like, you can, like, surgery and stuff, but, like, ow. Ow. Hope you're doing well. And again, all the good vibes. Let's go. Let's control stick spin for the win. I know it's like, don't use your palm for control stick spinning. I mean, I also grew up on Mario Party 1, so I am well aware how this works, but, I have a system, and it works, but the Pro Controller tends to not like me when I do this. Roar! God, my arm is burning like the button mashing I did in 2E the other day! There we go, we're good. Remember the vlog? Doesn't rely on my poor boyfriend to do everything for me. Oh, I'm so sorry. Ah, my foot hit the mic! Ow. Huh. But yeah, lots of good vibes, because just any kind of broken bone sucks. Because when I was younger, when I was about 9, I think I just turned 9. Me and my sister were goofing off in the hotel room, because my brother had a baseball tournament in a different state. So we were very far away from home. Me and my sister were goofing off. We were doing like handstands, and my sister was holding onto my legs while I was like standing on my hands, and I told her to let go, and I didn't have a good solid hold on me, and I went crashing to the floor, and I broke my collarbone. That was my first broken bone. The next one happened in 2017, and I had broke my wrist. I'd rather not tell that story, because that one sucks. That story sucks, but my wrist was shattered, and I needed surgery to fix it. So that was fun. That was fun. But yeah, I have had 2 broken bones in my life. My collarbone and my wrist. Like, I still have the scars from the fixator they put on my wrist. Yeah, like, it's so funny, because, like, it's called an external fixator, and like a fixator sounds like a weird made-up word. The fixator and ator, you know, all the doofenshmirtz. Chuck and I burn our hands regularly on this game. I feel that pain. Yeah, and also when I was a kid, me and my sister, you know those like plastic N64 controllers, the joysticks on them? Not that great. The hard plastic on them? Ugh. But, I can't do this with the Pro Controller because it's made up of different material. The joystick is anyway, and just the controller itself slips so much. But if you apply lotion on the spot where you had just like burned the hole in your hand from control stick spinning, it helps alleviate some of that pain. So there's a pro tip for you. That foot curse is spreading to you now. I'm sorry. No, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, I do sit on the floor, by the way. I sit on the floor to stream. Because I am in my living room. I'll scream. Yoshi, what are you doing? I want to be in the shot. Am I in the shot? Shots. I am the shot. Breakdance, Luigi. Old 90s kid vibes. Yep. And I'm also really used to sitting on the floor because I was the youngest in my family. And literally anytime anyone needed a spot to sit, like on the couch or a chair or something, I was the one always delegated to the floor. So I'm used to it. I know a lot of my friends are trying to advocate for me to get a chair. And it's like, I have a couch right behind me. I just choose not to use it. It's always been this way. It's always been this way. The Van Daminator. But yeah, it's called an external fixator. And it sounds really fake, but no. It's a little device that holds like the pins that are drilled into your bones. Oh, getting those pins out was like the worst. It was some of the worst pain I've ever felt. Like a, you know, knee-jerk, rip the band-aid off kind of pain. Getting those pins out was the worst. Oh. But like in terms of like long-term pain, illness, you know, the not feel great, it was probably right after I had my youngest kid. So I got two children. I've got two children. I've got a 10-year-old and a 4-year-old. They are both in school, which is so crazy because my youngest, Riley, had been like a mainstay on stream because anytime it'd be approaching like 2 o'clock, 2:15, it's like, oh, tato time, because Riley got her potatoes, her mashed potatoes during the break, and it was like, oh, potato time. But now Riley is in school. She is in the PM class of preschool, and it's still crazy. It's still crazy that she is in school now. She just started last week, so crazy. But yeah, with the pain of having my second child, it was more like long-term sickness in a way, because I ended up with preeclampsia after giving birth, and then I was given an antibiotic, and I don't know what antibiotic it is, but I was given some kind of antibiotic that my kidney had an allergic reaction to. So, and I was in the hospital for 2 weeks after having Riley. So that was a fun time. So yeah, that was great. So, and also those 2 weeks I was in the hospital, I was away from my child. So like I had Riley and I couldn't see her for 2 weeks. Because I had to almost die. I just started first grade. It's weird. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, my oldest is in 5th grade and my youngest is in preschool. It's so crazy when they first start school. So, yeah. And yeah, again, if you're doing the math, yeah, I'm sure you guys do miss Riley. Like, Riley's around on Fridays. She'll be around on Fridays because there's no preschool on Fridays. But yeah, I understand. And like, Riley was such a champ going to preschool. That first day of school, she just couldn't wait to get rid of me. It was so funny. Yay. I'll take the money. Yeah, again, if you do the math on like my oldest child and how old I am and how long I've been married, yep, checks out. I did say I got married young. I did say that. So, if you want like a TLDR on the Tessa Jane lore, first I'll preface by saying both my parents have passed, so anytime I talk about my parents, it's nothing like current because both of them have passed. But TLDR on like the whole marriage and having a baby thing, me and my husband were kind of quote-unquote forced into a marriage by my mom, because my mom was like super duper old-fashioned, and she was like, you gotta be married before you have the baby so the baby has the dad's last name. And looking back on it, I think she thought that because my brother's ex-wife now, when they had their oldest kid, she had put her last name on the birth certificate for the baby, and I think that's where my mom got it. But also it's like, Mom, don't you trust me? Like, dude. But yeah, I was 19 when I got married. We got married in May of 2015, and my oldest daughter was born in June of 2015. So yeah, we got kind of forced into a marriage. We had 23 days to plan a wedding. Yeah. 23 days. Because, my parents, so we essentially had like a family meeting of me, my husband, his parents, and my parents. We all had like this, family meeting of like, we have to decide, they need to get, my mom was like, oh, they need to get married. You know, we need to figure, they need to do it soon before the due date. When's the due date? Well, my due date was like June 22nd. And my mom was like, we need to get them married beforehand. And then we were looking at May, and they're like, oh, May 23rd, it's a Saturday. Was it a Saturday? I think it was. I gotta look back on the calendar. Pretty sure it was. Gotta go back in time. 2015. It was a Saturday, okay. They're like, yeah, it's a Saturday. It's before the due date. And so my family had decided, okay, May 23rd will be the date, so let's plan a wedding. Because I think my mom was like almost like slightly okay with it because my sister had just gotten married. Like, my sister got married like middle of April. And we're sitting here having this meeting on April 30th to get married May 23rd. Yeah, it was a lot. And it's like, do I want to go back? Of course I want to go back and like redo our wedding and do it right. But it's like, one, money. Money's a big factor in it. Money is definitely a big factor of it. But also, we're at a point in our lives now where it's like, does it really matter? Because we kind of like, we don't necessarily like keep to ourselves, but like our friend group is very small. Our friend group is very small, and it's like, and we're not very like close with like our respective extended families anymore. So stuff is expensive. And even like with like leftover stuff from my sister's wedding, it was still a lot. And because we got married in my parents' backyard, my childhood home. I mean, we had a pretty big backyard, and it worked pretty good, you know. It was a smaller wedding, because like we probably would have wanted a smaller wedding anyway. But yeah. I would love to go back and redo it, because I would love to not be pregnant for my wedding. And also, I talked about this with my husband the other night. then it's like, you'd think, because like I've had a very love-hate relationship with my mom. There was lots of good moments, but there was also lots of not so good moments too. So, you know, it's just, you know, whatever, because like I can go into like the ins and outs of everything, but like I don't want to. Not right now anyway. But you'd think, because like in my teenage years, me and my mom have like talked a lot about like, oh, weddings, and we always like, I always wanted to do like this like flash mob type thing, first dance, and mom had like found all these kinds of like wedding videos of like these like really cool first dances and big choreographies, because that was like what we wanted. That was like what the cool thing was. And like, you know, because like that's what I would have wanted for like my wedding, you know, growing up, like, you know, as a teenager, you know, because like as a young girl, you know, a young teenager, of course I dreamed about what my dream wedding would be, you know, of course. And it's like, it was stuff I talked with my mom about a lot, and we like shared ideas, because it's like, oh, our siblings got married, and it's like, so here's the thing, I feel like, and this kind of goes into like my personal opinion on like sibling dynamics, like birth order dynamics. Because everyone's like, oh, youngest child, they're always spoiled. No, at least not in my case, they're not. Because I mean, I was spoiled in some regards, but not in like the way you would think. Because like, I was the fourth child, and with siblings much older than me, and other siblings needed special attention. So either needed special attention or just got special attention, because there was a golden child in my family and it was not me. So my older brother, not the oldest, but the older brother, the one 9 years older than me, he was the one that got married first. Me, my mom, and my sister, for the bridal shower, we did a little performance. And I'm sure looking back on it, the ex-sister-in-law side of the family probably, they're very uppity rich snobs, that kind of archetype. So I'm sure they're like, ugh, you know, it's so lame, you know, but like I thought it was fun. So we did a special thing there. Me and my mom did a special dance performance for my oldest brother and his wife for their reception. Their wedding was a lot smaller and a little bit more intimate, and their reception was in their backyard. So me and my mom did like a story of, you know, brother name and sister-in-law name. And it was like, we did like little dances to like each little section. It was really, really cool. We put in a lot of effort. And then for my sister's wedding, I was the maid of honor. Excuse me, Mario, you bitch. It's always Mario. Mario is the villain in Mario Party. I stand by that. No one can tell me otherwise. Anyway, for my sister's wedding, I was the maid of honor. And they had a very traditional wedding. So, you know, maid of honor gives a speech, best man gives a speech, you know, and I had put together, because I knew my sister's favorite show growing up, one of her favorite shows growing up was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That was one of her favorite shows growing up. And I'm like, and I had seen a bunch of videos of best man speeches, maid of honor speeches, of like them doing a song and like writing their own lyrics, like their own like little parody song or a rap. I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. So I wrote a rap in the tune of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song to kind of match her and her husband's story. And that's what I did, and it was really, really cool. But then because my wedding was planned in 23 days and I was 8 months pregnant, I didn't really have anything special for me. Because I tend to get a lot of special things ripped away from me from my older siblings. And sometimes it's no fault to their own, but sometimes it's like, you really can't let me have a special moment? So that's just one of them, like, you know, sibling birth order dynamic things. So But yeah, there's like so much big stuff that happened. What turn are we on? 35. Okay, we've just been zooming. We just went zoom, zoom, zoom. This board is fairly short and it's very linear. So this board often goes really fast. You can do a 50 turn board by yourself in like less than 3 hours on this board. It's really cool. I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah. Yeah, I put a lot of effort into that rap. And then, at the time, I didn't really have many female friends, and I felt... She watches my streams, but I'ma just be straight up. I felt kind of obligated to pick her as my maid of honor. For one, 23 days to plan a wedding is not very long. And for two, as we got older, I'm honestly not very close with my sister anymore. Like, I still love the childhood memories, of course, but like now as adults, we just don't really mesh very well anymore. So, in a way, I felt really obligated to pick her as the maid of honor, and I also didn't really have many female friends that I was so super close to. So, yeah, and the speech that I got, it was very lackluster, and I don't remember it. I don't remember it. Like, if it had something special, I would have remembered it. Even, I kind of remember a little bit about my husband's best man. We don't really talk to him much anymore, but that's one of those, like, friends that grow apart type things. Like, we're still, like, friends with him, but, like, we don't really talk very often anymore. But I remember it mentioned something about, like, choir or something, because, like, they were in choir together. And I remember he gifted my husband a guitar. It needed strings, but like it was a really nice guitar. It needed strings on it, but like it was a really nice gift, and I specifically remember that. We have a picture that had our rings on that guitar. It was a really nice picture. But we've replaced my husband's wedding ring at least 2 different times. And I don't wear my actual ring anymore. I just wear a wedding band. Because the ring that I had, it was a Walmart promise ring. Because, again, 23 days to plan a wedding. And even my husband's ring is just a Walmart ring. But it works for him. But, yeah, the ring that I had at the time, it was a Walmart promise ring. And... it kind of didn't make a comeback after I broke my wrist in 2016. But, when we first got our taxes, the first year we got our taxes after being married, we got a pretty big return because we had a child, and he'd only, like, worked at an actual job for, like, 4 months. So we got a pretty big tax return. And we happened to be in a big town, and we came across, I think, a Zales, and he said he wanted to get me an actual wedding band. So, we got me a wedding band. It was like almost $600, I think. But he got me a wedding band, and I wore both for, I think, about a year until I broke my wrist. But then afterward, the ring, that promise ring, doesn't fit me anymore, and it's all kind of broken and damaged anyway. It's all squished in and damaged. But I still wear the wedding band, and I like the wedding band because it's something that he got me. So, yeah. So, anyway, let's get to the mini game, and I think we're gonna take our break because it's a little stuffy in here. I need to turn on the AC, and I should get up and stretch. Oh, not this again. No! Why did... I hate this. Excuse me, Mario. I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. Also, the computer should start ganging up on... Oh, come on. Excuse me. Stop running into people. Hello? Come on. There we go. Give me the money. Show me the money. Oh shit. Oh, someone come here. You know what? This is fine. This is fine. So yeah, there's some Tessa Jane lore for you. So if you're new here, that's a pretty big lore dump. But yeah, I think we're gonna take our break. Okay. We're gonna take a break. And plus like 35 turns, 15 turns left, right? Yeah, 15. It's a good place to take a break anyway. And this is like the time, the actual time, because I'm in Central Time. So it is 2:08 p.m. here. This is usually the time frame I take a break anyway. Not necessarily like stream length time, but like time, actual time. This is usually the time frame I take a break anyway. It's not my first time. Yeah, sometimes I go on like tangents and rants and I talk a lot. So, we're going to take our break. We're going to get up, stretch, go to the bathroom, grab a snack, do whatever it is you need to do, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back. Alright, we're back. What's going on? Absolutely! Thank you for stopping in. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Yay. I've got essentially the entirety of the K-pop Demon Hunters soundtrack stuck in my head right now. Currently it's How It's Done is stuck in my head right now. Mostly the Heels, Blade, or something. Mascara, fit check for my napalm era. You know, and then Zoe's line, you know, mirror, mirror on my phone, who's the baddest? Us, hello. That's a good line. How It's Done is my husband's favorite song off of K-pop Demon Hunters. Mine is What It Sounds Like. That one's my favorite. You know, we broke into a million pieces and we can't go back. But now I'm seeing all the beauty in the broken glass. Those scars are part of me. Darkness and harmony. I just get blown up. Love that for me. Mario got blown up when he was all squished. That was funny. But yeah, What It Sounds Like, followed closely by Your Idol. Your Idol's a really good one too. And all last week I was ranting and raving about K-pop Demon Hunters for several different reasons. Because I talked about a lot of covers that I've seen, because Golden is like, haha, the Golden Child song, because everyone loves Golden. You know, we're going up, 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 it's every moment. You know, together we're glowing, gonna be golden. You know, that one. Because it's got like the crazy high notes in A5. It's like, oh my god, it's such a crazy high note. It's such a good song. And it's like, yeah, it's a good song, but like, there's other songs that are right there. What It Sounds Like is right there. And I talked about this, I think, Friday. Because I've seen lots of stuff about like, oh, Rumi's character arc and everything. But I mostly ranted last week about how covers of Golden versus Your Idol. I haven't heard covers of some of the other songs, but Free and What It Sounds Like are all in English, so that one's totally fine. But covers of Golden and Your Idol are so different and it pisses me off. And it only pisses me off because, okay, I've been into K-pop for about 15 and a half years, since March of 2010. So I have spent half of my life listening to K-pop. So, and I love how, I do both love and hate how big K-pop has gotten in the last 5 to 10 years. But like, there's parts of it that I don't like. And covers of Golden, they'll do the Korean. They'll sing the Korean perfectly fine in Golden. And like, yeah, it's K-pop Demon Hunters. It's a film in English, but it is like K-pop, so there's bits of Korean here and there. Totally fine. You know, that's not a problem for me. It's a problem in like most K-pop songs today, but for this movie and its purpose and its target demographic, totally fine. You know, totally understand it. But, you know, it even in like the opening line of Golden, it has Korean in it, you know. I was a ghost, I was alone, huh? 도와진, huh? 계속해. Yeah, that's like the opening line. There's Korean in the opening line. Everyone does that perfectly fine, and even in the chorus, you know, we're gonna pop up some moment, you know, together we're glowing, gonna be golden, up with our voices, you wanna get you so woman, gonna be golden, yeah. Again, I went back and made a clip of this, so if you wanna, like, hear the full-blown argument on this, yeah, like, people will cover the 영원히 깨질 수 없는. It flows very well. But like, they'll say that perfectly fine. But when they cover Your Idol, I know the song itself has more Korean, but here's the problem. They will replace the Korean words with English when they cover Your Idol. And it drives me insane. And it's like, and these, like, the same person could cover Golden and Your Idol and will sing the Korean for Golden but not for Idol, and that drives me insane. It's either you sing the Korean for both, or you translate all of them to English. What the hell even happened there? Why? Oh my god. Ugh, it's because I'm ranting and I can't even hear my TV because my AC is blasting right now because my air conditioner is very loud and I can't even hear myself think half the time when it's on right now. I'm gonna go get up and shut it off in a second, but it's mostly to keep airflow in here. But yeah, like, they'll sing the Korean for Golden, you know, gonna be golden, and they won't even attempt Your Idol. And here's the thing. It's like, yeah, Your Idol as a whole probably has more Korean, but it's fine. But like, the parts where there are Korean, it's insignificant. Like the beginning, keeping you in check, keeping you obsessed, play me on repeat, could up she in your head. Like, dude, it's just one word. Could up she. It means, you know, endless. But like, they'll sing, keeping you in check, keeping you obsessed, play me on repeat, endlessly in your head. Like, so you'll do that for Your Idol, but you won't translate anything from Golden. Like, really? Like, come on, people. It's not that hard. And there was one cover of, I know he's really, really good, he's a good singer, but like, it was really funny at first, but then like looking back on it, I'm like, what are we doing here? Because he was covering Your Idol, translated it to English, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then when he got to Baby Saw Just Rap, he just didn't even try. He just did something funny for it. I'm like, I mean, it's funny for like 2 seconds. Oh shit. Come on. There we go. And it was funny for 2 seconds, but also it's like, it's not that hard. Baby Saw Just Rap in Your Idol is not even that hard. I learned it in like 10 minutes just by listening to it over and over again. And I mean, I have a slight advantage of being able to read Korean, but even then, look up lyrics. You can find romanizations, and I know romanizations for Korean are not very reliable, but it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Or even just like listen to it. Listen to it. Slow it down. Not quite make it bouncy, but slow it down and like listen to it. You know, Baby Saw Just Rap. Kachin on fame, 계속 watch I'm your idol. Thank you for the pain, cause it got me going viral. 마치않은 fever, making you a believer. 너를 위한 천천하는 idol. It's like, that ain't that hard. It ain't that hard. And like, again, I also have maybe a slight advantage as well because I have I have learned a K-pop rap or two. Because I think it's fun. But my point still stands that it's not that hard. If you're going to cover one song with Korean in it, cover the other one with Korean in it. And even me and my husband look back at the songs. We think that Soda Pop probably has the most Korean out of all the songs. So yeah. Green, because I am green. Yay. Too bad. I know. Terrible choice. So that's a personal pet peeve of mine. And also, here's the thing with people. This is a criticism I hear in K-pop all the time, or I used to hear in K-pop all the time, and I hear it with like any other like different language songs. It was like, oh, how do you can't understand what they're saying? It's like, oh, I listen to it even though I don't understand what they're saying. We're in a day and age where the internet exists. The internet exists. It existed when I first got into K-pop. So I was like, oh, I don't know what they're saying. Google, it takes 2 seconds to Google song title, artist, translation, lyrics. There's plenty of sites. There's plenty of sites to go on that will have pretty good translation of lyrics. My personal favorite one that I reference constantly is Color Coded Lyrics. That is a really good site to go to if they have the translation available. Like, anytime and if anyone redeems a song recommendation, and, because usually for the song recommendation, I will pull a song out of like my 1,000 plus songs on my everyday playlist. I'll find you a song, and if it's a K-pop song, I will find like a favorite lyric of mine to kind of describe what the song is and like the meaning of the song, and I will, like 9 times out of 10, if available, I will pull from color-coded lyrics. So they are reliable. So yeah, if anyone were to like redeem a song recommendation, I'll find a song off of my everyday playlist, and it's like, all right, here's a song. I give a brief description, and then I look up the lyrics, and I give you like the lyrics to like the chorus or like an opening line. You know, that's kind of what I do. So it's like, it's not that hard to look up song title, name of song, translation, lyrics. Not that hard. But in this day and age, people want the work done for them. And it's irritating. It's so irritating. It's like, do it yourself. Back in my day, there was like music videos that had like the romanization, the Korean up at the top, and like the translation at the bottom with like the music videos, and like lyric videos exist. Although I have slight beef with lyric videos sometimes, because I feel like they've lost the whole point of the lyric video. Okay, so lyric videos in K-pop also help to show they help to show who is singing at what point. And color-coded lyrics does this too, because they have color codes. Because I like color-coded things. And again, and also it helps to show you who is singing at what point, and it helps you, learn the members' voices. My beef with those lyric videos in like the last 5 years or so, especially the last 5 years, that they always focus on getting it out first rather than being correct. Because all of the lyric videos that show up 0.2 seconds after a release, they often have at least 3 mistakes. At least 3 mistakes. And that is bad for fans who want to learn the members. And it's like, no. I would rather find one that maybe is like a day or so late, or not right as a release happens, and have correct lyrics and correct members singing the line. So a lot of lyric videos nowadays just focus on who is the fastest to be released, because again, it's an algorithm thing of the first one out usually gets the most views. And again, that's just internet culture nowadays, and it's one thing that I strongly dislike. So, yeah. Is that an empty space? I think it is. Plants aplenty. Plants aplenty. So, yeah, there's my beef. Just like with internet culture, again, it goes into like my very niche opinions and hatred of internet culture nowadays, because some people don't bat an eye and other people share my same sentiment of I hate how it is, because you know, me and my husband were talking the other day again, because as we do, as a normal married couple does, we were talking about, we had found like a video of like the best like Dragon Ball what if scenarios, or had just like come across it, because my husband's a big Dragon Ball guy, and they were talking about like, oh, Sparking Zero what ifs, or like the Sparking episodes, and one of my husband's favorite ones was one he was spoiled on, because he had paid for, he pre-ordered Sparking Zero, not like the high-end deluxe, but like the next one down. He paid like $100 or something, $112 to pre-order Sparking Zero, and included in that, he got it 3 days early. So it came in the mail 3 days early after its official release date, or before its official release date. Excuse me. And he got to play it, before everyone else. And the game came out Thursday, and like a day later, he was playing the game. He's playing like the story mode, and working on like some of the what ifs or whatever. And he was just scrolling somewhere, and one of the major what ifs got spoiled for him. Let me get up and do something real quick. Let me go shut my air off real quick. I don't have to mute my... The air is off and I can hear myself think. I love it when I can hear myself think. But yeah, there was one what if scenario that got spoiled for my husband. He was just scrolling, and it was like a day or two after the official release date, and there are lots of people posting crazy spoilers for people who don't like typically play the game, or like not typically play the game, like people who don't play it that often. And it's like, people on the internet post things willy-nilly because this is, again, outside looking in, this is my observation. People post things like that because they automatically assume everyone else has the same kind of access they do day one, right from the get-go, when that is so far from the truth. Because, like, yeah, a lot of people on the internet probably have access to it, but that's people on the internet. There are people that live actual jobs that play games as just a casual hobby. No streaming, no professional gamer, no nothing, as a casual gamer that have actual real jobs. Don't get to play it as often. So I have particular beef with stuff like that, because it's like, okay, if you're looking for information and trying not to get spoiled, but you do by accident, that's one thing, because that's happened to me a bunch. That has happened to me a bunch. It's happened to us recently too with Xenoblade X. But it's another thing to just casually scroll on social media unaware of anything and to just get spoiled on like a major thing. And the game's been out for almost a year. So, I have never said what this particular spoiler was. And I feel like once I say what it is, I bet you some people will be pissed along with us. And like, it's his favorite what if. It's his favorite one. And also, the shitty thing is that, like, right after he saw the spoiler, he just saw, like, a screenshot of it and people talking about it. Like, 10 minutes after he saw it, he got it by accident. Like, he didn't even know, you know, who, what, when, where, why, what the criteria was to get it, but he got it on his own. So, it would have been such a better feeling to discover that completely on his own than to get spoiled on it right before he does it. So, if you don't want to get spoiled on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, I mean, the game's been out for almost a year. But if you don't want to get spoiled on it, mute the mic, like, mute for, like, a couple minutes or so. Or if you don't care because the game's been out for almost a year, whatever, I'm gonna warn you. I'm gonna say one of the what-if scenarios that hasn't been, you know, publicly stated in, like, a trailer or something. Because, like, I think Goku going, like, Super Saiyan in, like, the Saiyan Saga was in an official trailer. So that one's, you know, that one you can definitely get by with saying. So, you ready for it? You ready for it? I'm gonna say what it was, finally, after all this time. So, the what-if scenario that was spoiled for my husband, like, 2 days after the game came out, was Gohan Black. That was spoiled for him. And it was such a cool thing. He loved it, I loved it. It was, like, the best thing ever. And it got spoiled for him. And I am very upset about it, and I wasn't even the one playing the game. Because it's this innate internet culture. Oh my god. It's this, you know, internet culture that people just automatically assume everyone has access to everything right from the get-go, and they want to, like, tell everybody everything. And they just want to, like, you know, tell the whole world and post on social media, but not everyone has seen everything right from the start. So that's, like, the major problem with the internet culture nowadays in, like, media and spoilers. Alright. Standard last 5 turns, procedures all, red and blue spaces are doubled. If you pass by Koopa Troopa, you get 20 coins instead of 10. Awesome. So yeah. That was the scenario that was spoiled for my husband, and knowing it was that one in particular, I wouldn't spoil that for anyone else. I wouldn't spoil that for anyone else. And it's like, I have been reamed for non-spoilers before. Publicly. Because it was on stream. Someone in chat reamed me for spoilers when I didn't even spoil anything. So, I'm very particular when it comes to spoilers for things. Like, I always have no even if, like, okay, so I have streamed Xenoblade a bunch, right? I've played 1, 2, and 3, currently playing X, and I always have this timer. And I always preface, like, I have seen the games before. I have seen them beginning to end. I know the story, but just because I know the story doesn't mean I'm going to talk about the story. Because there may be people who are tuning in that have no idea and want to discover things on their own. You know? So there is that. So that's one thing. I try to be respectful of spoilers for other people, but there are some things where I'm totally okay with, like, just talking about whatever. Like playing the 3D Mario platformers. Like, spoiling those are not a big deal for me. But again, certain games I am like, let's not do that. But some games I'm more okay with. Like Mario Party. It's Mario Party. It's Mario Party. So, I don't have a no spoiler tag for Mario Party streams. But, I will have a no backseating tag because I used to not to, and then someone tried to backseat me during Mario Party. And, okay, after a 10. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Give me your star! Fulfill your green team obligation and give me your star. Thank you, Yoshi. So yeah, I am very particular when it comes to spoilers and backseating. So I'd rather have no one do any of that. And I try not to do that for anyone else, because it's totally not cool. And I would never blow up on someone because they spoiled something for me. Or said something that I consider a spoiler and they didn't. I wouldn't blow up in their chat because of it. You know, streamer etiquette. Streamer and chatter etiquette. So, yeah. Probably why I feel a little distant towards Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. My husband has yet to finish the game for several different reasons. One of them kind of being the bitter feeling that this person had caused me because of that game. And I was talking about it on stream because my husband was playing it and it had just came out. It was like a couple weeks after the game came out. And I said the number of chapters in the game. I said there's 14 chapters in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And this person, who was once my friend, not anymore. I thought it was better than the boo one I did last time, but it's a worse score. Go figure. But yeah, this person who we thought was our friend at the time, you know, blew up at me because they said, OMG spoilers! When I said there's 14 chapters in Rebirth in my stream. So they came into my stream and blew up at me because I said something that was spoilery for them. It's like, no, you come into my territory. You can't get mad at me for saying something that you're offended at. Like, that makes no sense. So, yeah, they got mad at me for saying the number of chapters in a game. And ironically enough, I said something about the game that I almost said too much on. That was more spoilery than the number of chapters in a game, because there is a section of the game where you get to play as one of the characters. I'm not gonna say which one, but it has to do with a lot of boxes. There's a lot of boxes involved, and I talked about the boxes. And I'm like, that's even more spoilery than the number of chapters in the game. Because I personally don't view number of chapters in a game a spoiler, because it's a good benchmark on... It's a good benchmark of how far you are into the game. So that's how I have always viewed it. And it's like, the number of chapters in a game doesn't tell you how long the game is. Because there are some chapters that are longer or shorter than others. It's like a fucking book. You know, one of the first things you see is a table of contents. You can see the number of pages in the book. So, yeah, that was always like a problem. And I've talked about this so many times, but it's one where... It's a weird feeling where it's like, I know I need to move on, but like... Anytime I talk about spoilers, that story always comes up because it happened to me. And looking back on it, I probably should have handled it differently. But also, if the person that said all of that, if they were not my friend at the time, I would have timed them out 100% or even banned them in my chat. So... yeah, which is really crazy, because now I'm super protective over, you know, I'm vigilant over what people say in my chat as a streamer, because here's my analogy. I am the streamer. Anyone who comes in to watch, lurkers, chatters, whoever, they come in, they are in my home. My stream is my home. This is my home environment. This is my element. This is where I am most comfortable in. If someone in chat says something that is disrespectful to me or does something to upset me, then I, as the homeowner, the host of the party, have every right to take care of the problem. And it is a lesson I have learned over the 3 years I have streamed for sure. Because it's not something that just innately comes to you. Because when you start off, you start off very small. And you want to welcome in everyone, even the ones who make you uncomfortable. And again, I have learned this lesson the hard way. But I'm better off learning those lessons. So, you know, again, like, you wouldn't want someone coming into your home and just immediately disrespecting you. You don't want that. No one wants that. So that's how I've always viewed it. And if any of you like want to start streaming, that is like my advice, because you will have all kinds of different chatters once you start growing and you get, the more chatters that come to your streams, you will get all walks of life. All walks of life. And I've seen all walks of life in terms of chatters. Like, I'd say about 90% of the people that come in and chat and have a good time, they're cool. I love you guys. Again, even the lurkers, I love you guys. Because lurkers are the backbone of Twitch, and I myself am a lurker, like 80% of the time. There's like a few streams where I'll chat here and there a bit regularly, but a lot of the time I just lurk. So I get it. I get it. I lurk a lot. You saved me, Block. So, yeah, I get it. But also, I see, like, different perspectives of things. I see things in the eyes of a viewer, and I see things in the eyes of a streamer. So, and again, it varies from streamer to streamer. So it's, where, like, there's some things that I would not allow on my stream that other people would, and that is totally fine. Ow. Rude. Haha! Stole it. So yeah, like there are some things where I don't let slide in my stream that someone else does, and that's totally fine. But you gotta, you gotta learn that, like, it varies from streamer to streamer. And that was one thing that bugged me sometimes about lurking in other streams, especially people that I had, grown to be friends with. I'm like, I wouldn't let that slide in my own stream. But it's not my stream, not my place to say anything about it. So again, I just don't say anything. Alright, cool. So, yeah. We're ending on this? Rude. And also the whole, people let things slide in their streams and not in mine. I wouldn't let slide in mine. That's the whole reason why I don't do community days. Because I have seen plenty of times where people can get super disrespectful over a game of Mario Party and Mario Kart. It's like, it's one of those, like, yeah, I get frustrated sometimes. I don't get frustrated at the game, I get frustrated at other people. Because, yeah, I understand at the end of the day it's just a game. I understand that more than anyone else, I'm pretty sure. Because, again, I grew up with this. I grew up playing this by myself. But, playing with other people, like, I don't innately get super competitive unless someone pushes my buttons. Then I'm like, But, yeah, there's sometimes I get pushed too far and I get really upset. Even when it's, like, not my fault that someone else pushes my buttons. Because, like, I know if people want to, like, play Mario Party with me and they're like, oh, Tessa's good at Mario Party. It's like, yeah, I'm good. But a lot of the time, it's like, I just chill. I just chill for the most part. And there's been a lot of times where I was in community days and people in chat were saying really They were saying really mean things about me, and the streamer was doing nothing about it. So that left sour taste, you know, that left sour taste in my mouth. But yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I don't really care much for, but also I have kind of built my stream to be formatted in a certain way, so I don't really do community days, because I've had lots of people come in and ask, like, do you play with viewers? And a lot of the time I answer, no, I do not. And sometimes some people are more respectful than others when I tell them no. Because, you know, no means no. 100% no means no. I want to say Yoshi found his way into third, because Mario had like 3 more coins than he did. I'm the best. Luigi is the best. Look at him go. He's right there. I would imagine the little fist. I would imagine finger guns. Luigi's victory animation in not Brawl, but like Smash Bros. He's got the finger gun, so Luigi is totally a finger gun person. Totally. 393 in minigames. 111 most held. I knew I had triple digits, so I knew it was fine. Everyone had 14 except for me. I had 12. I never played a 1-player game. I think there's only 1 space, and I never landed on it. I had 1 chance time though, and it got me a star. I had lots of mushrooms. No Bowser for me though. I saw Bowser a lot and I had to give him money for a birthday cake, but no actual Bowser. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. Well, we've only gone for 2.5 hours. Yeah, see, this is what happens when I don't have a Riley to take care of, and I play a very linear board. I only stream for 2.5 hours. What can we do? I don't know. I mean, it's only 2:52 p.m. Yay. We have Luigi's title screen. I don't know what to do. We can go in the minigame house. I know the minigame stadium, the pot of skills. I think there's an option for 10 turns. I think. We can remain Luigi. This is a non-title match. Handicap? No. All on hard. Yeah, there is a 10 turn. Yeah, let's do the 10 turn. Just to have a little extra padding, if you will. So, yeah. And also it's like, I'm talking about like this, you know, ex-friend of mine. It weighs on me quite a bit still, even though it's been a whole year since all that happened. And it's what I go last again. It's like nothing changed. Except I think Wario and Yoshi flipped, but it's fine. But yeah, it's been a year, and it's like, yeah, I'm mostly over it, but it's like, it still weighs on me. It's one of those where I still see like constant reminders of, you know, this person and everything. And it's like, you know, not my fault I see reminders, but it always feels like, because it's just the way it happened. Okay, so just to like really explain. I essentially got quote unquote dumped because I said something in my stream that they didn't like. So it was kind of a Ow, rude. It's fine. So I was talking about something on stream, and even like now, I don't like know exactly what it was that I said that tipped them off. I only learned this after the fact, after the stream that day. But I was streaming, and I was talking about something that I had seen before, that I had seen in various places on the internet, because a lot of people, I think I was like talking about like Twitch and stuff about it. Cause like, I see updates on Twitter about Twitch, I look through the Twitch subreddit, you know, there's lots of things that I see all over the internet about things, because of course, I'm a Twitch streamer. I try to keep up with a lot of things. So I was talking about stuff about Twitch. And somewhere in my talks about Twitch, I apparently said something that offended them? Question mark? Either straight up offended them. I think the words I had discovered that they used were... Okay, so this friend was also a streamer. So apparently, allegedly, I had quote-unquote delegitimized things they said to their, you know, audience. And I was unaware of anything said. I had, like, literally no idea. Literally none. And again, I only know the exact verbiage used because this, you know, quote-unquote friend messages my husband about it and not me. And that's not cool. That's just not cool, period. If you got a problem with me, message me directly. Talk to me about it. Don't go to my husband about it. Because apparently I had said something that, you know, set them off in a way, and they had blocked me, banned me in their chat, and had allegedly banned my husband too. And they had the nerve to message him and not me about it. And the only reason I know is because my husband, being a real one, he told me immediately. Because he got one initial message first, and then he was, you know, kind of blocked, but then he found, you know, some social media where he wasn't blocked and tried to fish for answers. And that was the best he got. Oh, come on. I walked right through that, but I was still... So, yeah, he tried to fish for answers, and that was the best he got. That was where the delegitimatize came from. And I had no idea. So apparently I did that, and I also, apparently, had been disrespectful in other ways. And I was completely unaware of this. So it's like, if I said something that you found disrespectful, tell me. Because a lot of the time, I just say things without knowing. So that's just a lot of it. So if you have problems with like the things that I say, come to me about it. Don't message my husband and be a coward. Because that's exactly what that was. They were being a coward about it. So yeah. So and yeah, so that day I had lost a few followers, a good chunk of followers that day too, so that was fun. And it's like, oh, come on. So and it's like, I don't tend to like care too much about followers. Like, I pay attention to my follower count because I want to make sure the follower goal bar on screen is as accurate as possible. So that's why I check my numbers a lot, but it's not like it doesn't define me. But, you know, humans are simple. They want to see number go up. Humans want to see number go up. That's a good thing. And sometimes when number go down and you want them to go up, it kind of makes you a little bit sad. And that's a normal human reaction. So yeah, I'd lost like, I think 6 followers that day. And 3 of them were by this friend. So, yeah. So my moral of the story is, if you are thinking about, you know, if there's something in like a friendship that's been bugging you, or they say or do something that you didn't like, talk to them directly about it. Talk to them directly about it and go from there. Some people appreciate the direct call out, and some people will, some people will not like it very much. But that's when you know who's a real one and who isn't. Like, and it's like, it's one of those, oh, why didn't you say anything right when it happened? Sometimes it takes a long time to build up the courage to say something. I'm like that. Like, I'm like, oh, come on. I'm like that in a way where, oh, come on. Yeah, I'm like that in a way where if I have a problem with something or someone, I take a very long time to collect my thoughts and feelings about something, and I won't do anything about it until like way later. So, and that's kind of how I was feeling about this friendship anyway. So it was one of those where I was about to like confront the problem, quote unquote, at some point soon. Because I was working up, it's like, I don't really think that, like, what's going on between us? You know, it's like, I feel like this friendship isn't really, you know, working out. Or it's like, I have felt like this for a while. We should probably end the friendship on, you know, amicable terms? I can't say the word. Amicable. Yeah, and blah, blah, blah. You know, on, you know, good terms at least, or as good of terms as we can get it. But no, the reason it hurt so much, even though I was thinking about ending the friendship anyway, was because it wasn't on my terms and the way it happened. I'm open. Or you could just... Yoshi with the air ball! Yoshi, my guy, what were we doing? Oh, that was so funny. I'd never seen that because usually when the camera goes, I'll zoom in and they make it. Oh, that was funny. Anyway, back to my friendship story. Yeah, like I wanted to end it on, you know, not necessarily on like my terms, but kind of on my terms in a way. Like I wanted to ask my questions, get the closure that I was looking for, and like at least address the problem and get my feelings out there, because it's one of those, it's like, you know, talk to someone. Like if you're struggling, always talk to someone. Like even if it's like talking to the void or like write it down, like you always feel better like talking to someone about problems. Well, I always feel better after like addressing some issues, because this has happened before where I have had a friend where I was, you know, feeling like that. I was like, what is this friendship even? You know, I couldn't really like go forward on it, so I sent them a big long message collecting my thoughts, my honest thoughts and feelings, and they got very defensive, and this was probably what was going to happen. I was probably going to be met with extreme defensiveness, and I was probably going to get attacked and provoked, but, you know, at least I would have gotten my thoughts and feelings out there, and that was what I was wanting to do. But now that choice was ripped away from me because they blocked me, banned me in their chat, all behind my back, and went to my husband about it and not me directly. So it's like, yeah, I don't like confrontation, But, you know, sometimes you gotta put your big girl panties on. And you got to face the problem head on and face your feelings head on. I know some people don't like to do that. But again, sometimes you gotta face the problem head on. So that's what I was wanting to do. And that choice got ripped away from me. And it always sucks when that choice gets ripped away from you because people are not very nice. So sorry, I was getting a drink. But yeah, some people are just not very nice. And for the longest time, I was extremely distraught about it. But it's like I had to keep going. And what's worse is, so here's how I found out that if you are like blocked and banned in someone's chat, you can still watch their VODs. Because this might give away who it is that I'm talking about, but I have all but said their name, honestly, and I'm at the point where I honestly don't care anymore. I looked at their VODs so I can get their emote prefix, so I can ban that in my chat. Because you can ban emotes in your chat if you have the emote prefix. Because like my emote prefix is like Tessa J2 and then the name of the emote. If you have the prefix, you can put the prefix with an asterisk. Asterisk? That's a hard word to say. And it'll ban anything with that phrase in it. And anything adjacent to. So if you are looking to ban emotes, you need the prefix. And I got really tired of seeing the prefix, or seeing their emotes. And I didn't want to feel that pain. So I went to their stream, I went to their page, and again, learning that I am blocked and banned. Like, when you're blocked by someone on Twitch, you cannot follow them. So I cannot follow this person. And if you're banned in chat, you can't watch streams live, because of course you're banned in chat. And some people have a toggle where they can't watch the stream proper if they're banned. And, but you can watch VODs. You can watch VODs if you are banned or blocked in by someone or in someone's stream. So I just popped into a VOD just enough to find their emote prefix, and I used that to ban their emotes in my chat. So, yeah. Again, that may or may not give it away who, you know, this person is. Again, we're back with the blue and yellow. Chargers colors. Let's go. Football season is here on Thursday. Excite. Anyway, my train of thought got derailed for a second. But yeah, knowing a certain person's emotes are banned in my chat, that may or may not give away who I have had this beef with. Or, you know, this friendship ending like that. And again, apparently it was for something I said on stream one day, and they took offense to it and decided to ban and block me because apparently I had said something that quote-unquote delegitimized something they said to their viewers. And apparently I had also been disrespectful in other ways, and I have no idea what those other ways are. None of that was specified. But again, they told all that to my husband. And not me directly. So, and it's one of those where it's like, sounds like a broken record. I sound like a broken record about it because I've talked about it quite a bit. But also, you know, some people lose friends that way because the other person for lack of better terms, is a cowardly bitch. Because, like, yes, sometimes just outright blocking and banning someone is the justifiable option. You know, if you just need to cut someone off cold turkey, sometimes that is a viable option. And I have not just blocked someone out of nowhere, but I have just stopped talking to someone out of nowhere just to set a boundary. And sometimes the message gets across and sometimes it doesn't. But again, sometimes, you know, sometimes it is justifiable. But in this case, it was not justifiable because I had done nothing wrong. At least to me. And to this day, I don't even know what exactly I've done wrong to them. I don't know. And so, like, my closure is, like, I will never get closure. That is my closure. And sometimes you just gotta accept it. Like, one of these days, maybe I'll just go all in on this person, but I don't know. It's been a year. It's one of those, it's like, no one's going to care. My thing is, like, unless it gets, like, brought up, I won't say anything. But again, I've all but said their name. If anyone can put the pieces together, then they can easily figure out who it is. But also, again, we've grown our communities so separately now because our communities used to be intertwined a lot, and now it seems extremely separate. So it's like, does it really matter now? I don't know. But it's one of those, like, I want to get, like, my thoughts and feelings out there to maybe help someone else going through something similar in their friendship. Because, like, yeah, romantic relationship breakups suck, but friendship breakups also suck. Especially when it happens just like that, and sometimes it's even more brutal because, like, in a romantic relationship, at least words "I want to break up" are uttered, and you have something like that, and it could be for a bullshit reason. But, like, at least you have that. You don't just get blocked and banned unless it's an abusive relationship. That is justifiable to block and ban someone, or, you know, just, like, block someone out of nowhere and ghost them. Abusive relationship, yes. Like, you know, if you absolutely are someone, like, extremely toxic, yes. But, like, in most cases, it's like, you know, you at least get, like, oh, I don't think we can do this anymore. I want to see other people. You at least get something. But, like, friendship breakups, sometimes you just get blocked out of nowhere. And it hurts. It hurts for the other person, especially when, and again, I only get this vibe because of the VOD I poked into to grab the emote prefix. So this is how I know this. It really feels like they just, like, blocked me and completely forgot I existed. They erased my existence from their memory. And it's like, wow. Because right after that happened, I still got, you know, talks about them. I still heard their name. You know, I still saw them everywhere after it happened, and it hurt. It absolutely hurt. But then they can just block me and pretend everything is fine. You know, it just sounds like typical, like, girl drama or whatever, but, like, it sucks. I don't want any part of it. At least, like, it may be a little late when I do it, but at least I go to your face. I don't do anything behind anyone's back. You know? So, anyway, there's my rants about friendship. And, again, I've said all but their name, so, you know, anyone can figure out who I'm talking about, I'm sure. I talked about him today. Let's go raid him. But anyway, that'll be it for today. We did some birthday cake. We did some minigame Coliseum. Again, and the only reason I tell my stories about my failed friendships, like, my friendships now, very comfortable in. I have found, you know, I found my people. You know, as cliche as it is, you know, I've got people who actually give a shit about me. And, yeah, it's great. It's awesome when you find friends who will do just about anything for you. And I would do anything for them, too. it's just nice when your own kindness is reciprocated, even though I don't be nice and I don't do acts of kindness to get things back. I do them because it's to be kind. So it is nice to see when that kindness is reciprocated. So, that'll be it for today. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow we go back to Banjo-Tooie! Yay! Yay! I had a love-hate relationship with Banjo-Tooie. It's like 70%, no, it's like 80% love, 20% hate. There are certain sections of the game where I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do this. And there are other sections of the game where I'm like, wow, this is actually really creative. I love that. So, like, for the most part, I am enjoying Tooie. Yeah, tomorrow we go to Tooie. We're in the Cloud Cuckoo Land. We're up in the sky. And I have fallen off several times. So that's fun. Thursday, we come back to Mario Party. We'll do maybe Yoshi's Tropical Island. I think that's the next one on the list. Yeah, I think Yoshi's Tropical Island is next, so we'll do that one next. And then Friday is Banjo-Tooie. And for realsies, Monday should be Xenoblade Chronicles X. Monday will be Xenoblade X. I still am thinking of going to Chapter 12 and going to beat, like, the main story, because there's Chapter 13 that got added in Definitive Edition. So, but we'll probably do Chapter 12 Monday. It shouldn't be too terribly long if I immediately start with it. So, it's kind of what I'm thinking. Raid message. Thank you for the interesting. You're welcome. Again, it's like, I don't say stuff just to say, like, bad things about other people. I say these things as my own personal experience. Because, it's one of those, sometimes it feels like you're just talking shit about someone, but you're really just telling people what they did to you. Talking shit is like, ugh, I hate her hair. Her hair is so disgusting. Like, ugh, she needs to go to a salon and get that, like, fixed immediately. Her color is just all wrong. That's talking shit. What's not talking shit is, yeah, she was just kind of not a great friend. She went behind my back and, you know, tried to get with my boyfriend. Like, that's just not cool of her. That's not girl of her. Like, that's not talking shit. Like, that's like, they did this to me and they hurt me. So, there is a big difference between talking shit and just recanting events and giving your personal experience. Like, talking shit would be like, oh my god, she plays so much Mario Party all the time, what a loser. That's talking shit. Anyway. Raid message. Luigi's Cake will be our raid message, because that's what happened. Luigi's Cake. There. So we're gonna go Luigi's Cake as a raid message. Yeah, we're gonna go raid Master Max 165. I talked about him earlier with, like, cause him doing randomizers. It looks like he's doing a Majora's Mask randomizer. And I remember when my husband tried to do a Majora's Mask randomizer, he essentially got soft-locked in a way, because to do the things needed to beat the game, he needed to go to Great Bay. And this is supposed to be, like, glitchless. No glitches in logic. And he needed something to go to Great Bay. Well, you need Epona. So you need Epona's song to go to Great Bay. Welp. Epona Song was on the moon, and you can't get to the moon without this thing from Great Bay, so you can't get Epona without going to Great Bay, and you can't go to Great Bay without getting Epona, so he was just like stuck. It was really funny looking back on it. But yeah, we're gonna go raid Master Max 165. He's doing some Zelda randomizers. Always love a good randomizer. So yeah, life lessons. Find you some good friends. The real ones will do anything for you as you would do for them. Those are real ones. Not real friends will take and take and take and take and not give back. And like, nothing has to be like monetary, but just giving back in other ways. And like, even, you know, this friend that I had mentioned, it's been a year since the whole, you know, friendship breakup or whatever. But it really, like, looking back on it in hindsight, because, you know, hindsight's always 20/20. It really felt like both me and Vegito were just giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. And we hardly got anything back. And we have had several friendships like this before. So, but I'm glad to have found some friends in other places where, you know, it's give, take, from it's giving on both sides. So it's really nice. So, that'll be it for today. Mondays are Xenoblade Chronicles X, Tuesdays and Thursdays are Mario Party, and Wednesdays and Fridays are Banjo-Tooie. So thank you everyone for coming out and hanging out, and we will see you next time.